Even though the analysis files predicted a low voter turnout during the Tuesday elections, New Yorkers picked the first new mayor in 12 years, ending the Bloomberg era in a landslide victory that saw Democrat Bill de Blasio winning the race over the Republican Joe Lota. De Blasio showed up on the campaign trail, flanked by Letitia James, who clinched the vacated seat left by de Blasio to become the first African-American woman public advocate, and also Ken Thompson, who defeated longtime incumbent Charles Hines to become the new district attorney in Brooklyn. Among de Blasio's progressive ideologies, he aimed at doing away with the stop and frisk policy with the NYPD. He also vouched to fight inequality, boost the education sector, and redesign the taxation structure to give a break to the ordinary struggling residents. He also promised to tackle immigration.
So, what do you think about the immigration reform policy?
I believe we need comprehensive immigration reform. I'm going to work hard for it in Washington.
In a victory speech, Tish James, as she is called by legions of supporters, thanked her campaign staff and all the voters who had catapulted her to this position.
I want to thank all those who have worked tirelessly to help us win. There's so many names, and I'm not going to start naming individuals because I'm going to get in trouble. I just want to thank all of the staff and the volunteers and supporters and labor all over the progressive community. I particularly want to give a shout out to the Working Families Party, which I am proud to work with since I've become the first elected official to win solely on that line almost 10 years ago. What I'm really proud is of the fact that we ran a campaign centered on progressive ideals and a commitment to New York's working families. We talked about ensuring that every child gets a quality education, regardless of what neighborhood they happen to live in or what kind of family they happen to be born into. Separate and unequal cannot be the new normal. We talked about rising rents and stagnant incomes, and about access to affordable housing and how we can work together to stop working class New Yorkers from being priced out of their own neighborhoods. We talked about taking on the growing income inequality that's forcing more and more New Yorkers towards the abyss of poverty and hopelessness, and how the ladder to the middle class has fewer and fewer rungs to climb.
Meanwhile, Mayor-elect Bill de Blasio announced his transitional team and also launched an online website called www.transition2013.com that encourages New Yorkers to be part of the city's government.